air was some sort of strange form of humid, not exactly sticky hot, but not yet icky warm either. They pulled into the driveway in their white Corolla, her grandfather's red car of unknown model already parked in the street. Her eyes began to water as they did every time he moved his car so theirs could fit. A small, almost thoughtless gesture that went unnoticed by all except him and her. Her short hair was braided into tight knots, 4 or 5 of them bunched together at the top of her head. Her only festive shirt, bought 2 Christmases ago, clung tightly to her skin, a reminder that she needed to ask her mum to buy her a new one. The sequined gingerbread men were beginning to fall off the red and white striped piece of clothing, but she tucked her shirt further into her shorts and got out of the car. Everyone was there except for her eldest cousin's fiancé. He was coming down from Wollongong and was going to be a while. The smell of her grandmother's roast chicken wafted through the house, the scent modified by the smells of all the other delicious recipes boiling away in the giant cooking pot that rested on the centuries-old stove. After hugging a lot and taking far too many photos, her mouth began to ache, but she was distracted by yet another round of bingo and a very delicious sweet chili cream cheese dip. Her grandfather's repetitive stories about orchards filled with fig trees were meant to put her off eating, as to save her appetite for dinner, but as much as she loved him, there was no way she was going to be full until at least 9, and it was 6:30, so there was a little way to go. The plastic tablecloth bought for $3.50 at the $2 shop around the corner was sticky by the time they got to the sugar-coated gingerbread house they had made at a friend's house a few weeks ago. It was an island in the middle of a sugary sea, surrounded by layers upon layers of delicious sweets and tantalising goodies created in assorted houses and bought in assorted stores around Sydney. Less than usual made by the worn hands of her aging grandmother. Her mum said she was declining, but she didn't care. Her custard biscuit was all she cared for, and her beloved Teta was still up to that. Her youngest sister, 6 that year, was about as close as you can get to physically bouncing off the walls, shoving every ounce of sugar within eyesight into her salivating mouth. The boxes encased in green and red wrapping sat quietly in the other room, waiting for the moment when they could explode into existence, bringing joy to both the giver and the receiver. And it wasn't long before the large family remembered the surprises in the other room, picking up their fun like a travelling circus and migrating to the other end of the house. The famed blow-up Santa suit made an appearance, along with many squeals of joy and attempted hidden looks of disappointment. The clock was ticking like a time bomb waiting to blow up in a shower of Merry Christmases and Have a Good Nights and I Hope Santa Comes. As she drove home in her family's white Corolla, the sticky summer air wafting through the car, the smells of the dishes in the boot sneaking up her nose, she savoured the moment seconds before, the one that would stick with her for years to come, the true meaning of her family, the true meaning of her life.